I feel super tall today, but that's because I'm wearing high heels today. Sweater dress kind of thing, and I have high boots on, and I'll show you all of that when we go into my room. But first, I thought that we could do a Q&A while I'm eating, so it could kind of be like a mukbang, and I could talk about the updated kale salad that I'm loving. So yeah, that's basically today's video. I feel like we are long overdue for a Q&A. I kind of thought it'd be nice to have just one video answering so many different questions. We can make this video super long. I know you guys say you want longer videos, so I'm totally down to do that. By the way, I'm drinking apple cider vinegar, room temperature water, and lemon. This is my go-to drink. So funny because I used to hate apple cider vinegar in water, but now that I I take one capful and I put it in, now I can't drink water without it. It's kind of like kombucha to me. First, let's talk about the salad, because this is what I'm going to be eating during our Q&A. So it's the same salad I've been making that I've shown so many times on my channel, so I will leave that down below. Basically, it's kale, a little bit of olive oil, apple cider vinegar, Bragg's liquid amino, and then I add some onions, nutritional yeast, salt, and pepper, and that really gets the flavor going, and then whatever else you have. So sometimes I'll add avocado. You want something with a little bit of a crunch, so onions, avocado, just like something other than just kale. But today, I feel like it's very fall inspired. I added some fresh beets. Know what you're thinking? Oh my gosh, this girl, typical YouTuber, eating her kale salad, thinking it's chocolate cake, like too excited about a kale salad. I'm telling you guys, and those of you that have tried it said it's so good. The Bragg's liquid amino, which is basically like soy sauce, makes this so good, and all the nutritional yeast. Number one question that I get asked on a daily basis is, are me and Jared going to get married, and do we want kids? So that, oh my gosh, there's so many. You guys really want to know if we're getting married and having kids? Yes, we want all of those things. And actually, somebody brought up something to me on Instagram this morning, and I thought it was kind of worth mentioning. But basically, she said she's been with her boyfriend a long time, and she gets the marriage questions all the time, and she said that she's seen that on my channel, and that I kind of sometimes avoid answering. And one thing I want, and she basically what she was getting at is, how do you deal with that? Because right now, she said her and her boyfriend are not in a financial place where they want to get married right now, and they still want to figure out their businesses and their lives before getting married. And I totally agree. And one of the things I want to say is, you can't let social media rush you. And I feel like for me, that's what it comes down to, and why sometimes I avoid answering that is because I'm not going to let other people rush me in decisions. And I feel like if there wasn't social media, that wouldn't even be an issue, because I feel like social media puts this pressure of timelines, and it doesn't have to just be with marriage and kids, but just timelines in general. For example, if me and Jared got married tomorrow, then the questions that would come in would be, okay, when are you having kids? And then if you have a kid, it would be, well, when are you having more kids? When you're in college, the question is always, when are you graduating? When are you gonna find a new job? Or when are you gonna get a job? Or when are you gonna start interning? I feel like for the most part, social media is a beautiful thing, because it's a place that we can all kind of use as our creative outlet and connect with people all around the world. But sometimes I also feel like it could add unneeded pressures in the world and just timelines in general. And like I said, I think if we didn't have social media, there wouldn't always be this when, because there wouldn't be this constant comparison happening. At the end of the day, relationships are private. I don't really think that you really need other people to really dictate what your relationship should be or what you should be doing. I know for me, a big step in me and Jared's relationship was we wanted to get a house together. That's like number one what we wanted, and we accomplished and did. For me, I'm at a good place and just trying to enjoy it. The next question is also about Jared, and it is, how did me and Jared meet? We met at the gym. Ooh, this is a good question. What is your favorite sports bra to use for your workout? So you guys know I have a bigger chest. For me, Champion has never let me down. I find Champion bras on Amazon, I find them on Target, and it's funny because I've been obsessed with Champion bras for the past like 10 years, and now Champion's like cool again, so it's kind of funny. I like rode out the tide when they were cool, and then they kind of stopped being cool, and now they're cool again. Your home is always so clean. Oh please, no it's not. Do you clean every day, or do you have like a big clean or chores day? I would just say it's putting things back when you're done with them is really our big issue, because it's only me and Jared here. The dogs kind of do make a mess, I'm not gonna lie. Like, we actually came home earlier today and all of their toys were out. They have like a little toy basket that they can jump in, grab something, and usually they're just playing with one or two things. When we walked in the house, we're like, oh, Oh, okay, you guys threw a party. Like all the cushions were off the couch and there was toys everywhere, but you guys watch my Insta stories know that Jared is super clean. So we usually like to keep the dishes clean and make the beds every day. That obviously helps. What's your favorite season? Fall! Do you always want to live in LA, or would you like to try a different state or country? It's really funny that so many people ask that because Jared talks about this all the time. He wants to move out of the country, either to Italy or Greece. Mind you, he's never been. I have been to Italy. He hasn't been to Italy or Greece, but he does want to live there. I told him he needs to visit it first. I personally don't want to. I want to stay here. I think we just got our house here, so I want to stay here for a long time. And then think about moving. This is such a funny question. No one's ever asked. What's one food you can't stand to eat? I know it doesn't seem like it because on my channel I'm always into food. I feel like I'm a foodie, always showing you guys recipes, but I actually am a really picky eater. Like when I used to eat dairy, feta cheese, ew. Feta cheese used to really gross me out. I got into phases where I would try to like it, but can you please give tips on how to be high energy in the morning? Am I high energy in the morning? Okay, maybe I am. I would say best tips for being high energy in the morning. I mean, for me, I really am a light morning person. You guys have to come to my house at like 8 p.m. I'm like passing out. I can't even keep my eyes open. Like my friends hate it anytime they want to go out or have a girls' night. I literally can't stay up, but I've been like this my whole life, guys. Like when my mom would take me and my brother to a Broadway show, or when we would be out for something special, my mom would let me sleep on her lap because I'd be out. Like I'm just not a night person. I can't really stay up. So I would say for the most part for me, it comes very easily, but things that help, one, knowing I'm looking at my coffee pot because we have my coffee pot, like I love you so much. But one, having coffee, having something exciting to look forward to. If you're not a coffee person, then tea or matcha or something that gets you excited, maybe your morning smoothie. Oh my god, that would not get me excited. You're stuck on an island for 5 years and can only bring one person. Who? Jared, duh. And if that's too obvious and I couldn't bring Jared, I would say my brother because, well, my brother or my mom would be a tie because they would know what to do. Jared would really know what to do. He'd be like, oh yeah, I've been on an island for 5 years by myself. Like he is just one of those guys that can literally figure out anything. How to get a flat tummy. This kind of came up a lot too. Flat tummy tips, how to lose weight in the lower stomach. For me, I'm someone, I definitely hold weight in my lower stomach. So I'm finding that, like, I'm trying to find the balance of being vegan and not being bloated, because when you eat a lot of vegetables, that can help with losing stomach fat, but that can also make you bloated because of the fiber intake. Fiber is really great for weight loss, but sometimes it can make you bloated if you don't pair the right foods. I would say for weight loss in general, no matter what area you're trying to lose weight, eat real food. I would say the few things in my diet that are not real and are processed and gross and whatever, coffee creamer, and then occasionally I like a beer. I love Corona. Corona is my beer of choice. Maybe wine, but I don't think wine is terrible for you. And then Hippies, they're like these little cheese puffs, but they're vegan and they're so delicious and they're made from chickpeas. So they're really good. No matter if you're vegan or not, they're delicious, guys. Sriracha flavor, oh, so good. I feel like if you can narrow it down to like 8 and under, that should be the next challenge. That should be an October challenge where you can say, what are the worst things in your diet? What are the most processed things in your diet? And do you eat real food? Because the other night I was tempted to get soda. Jared was getting soda, and we don't really drink soda that often, but occasionally he craves it. And so when he's drinking it, I'm like, I kind of want soda. I'm gonna show you what I got instead though. I got this sparkling ice mango flavor with antioxidants and vitamins, 0 sugar. Oh my god, guys, I want to get another one of these. It is so delicious. If you need the soda-y taste, this is perfect. Sparkling water in general. Personally, I would rather, guys, a sugary cake that's maybe like 500 calories a slice. I don't know, I'm making that up, but let's just say, over a 0-calorie soda. I just think soda is so bad for you. Putting soda in your body, to me, is way worse than putting sugar in your body. I tried to live my life like that. Obviously, we have slip-ups. Obviously, I'm not perfect all the time. I'll go to the Cheesecake Factory and I'll get one of their giant sodas. Yes, it happens. 90% of the time, I eat real food, like food that I know exactly what's in it. If you were to explain to somebody like, what are you eating? You're like, oh, it's kale, it's beets, it's onions. I feel like if something requires a long story, well, it's made, it says this is it. You don't need it. Once you start reducing the processed stuff, that's when you start to lose weight. Do I have hair extensions? No, I've never worn hair extensions in my life. Isn't that crazy? I feel like they're so popular, but I've never tried them. Some pictures, my hair is down to here, and that's because it was actually that long. And then I recently cut it above my boobs, and it's already growing past that. It's not crazy. Hair grows so fast. I just know when you keep a good diet, that's when your hair and nails and your skin, everything just grows and looks good. What breeds are your dogs? So Wyatt is a Shih Tzu, and Harper we don't know because we did rescue her. I do have my suspicions. I think that she is a Dachshund and Chihuahua and King Charles Cavalier. What camera do you use? So for filming, I use the Canon, what is it? G7X. So I use the Canon G7X for filming. And then they also asked, and what camera do I use for my Instagram photos? And I actually use my iPhone. I know guys, it's not professional at all. What do you eat when you're not feeling well? Soup. Veggie soup, oh, it's always been my favorite. Are you on birth control? Your thoughts on them, how to not gain weight on them. I'm actually not on birth control. I've tried it in the past, and not even for sex reasons. I went on birth control for my skin, which looking back was such a dumb reason to go on birth control. I feel like you shouldn't really just be on it for your skin. I threw up every single day. My doctor kept saying, okay, we'll just try different ones. We would try different ones and I would still throw up. That's my body's way of reacting and saying, this is foreign and you shouldn't have this. So I went on it for not even a year. I think it was 6 or 8 months. I don't know, but it wasn't a year. I gained a ton of weight. I felt my worst. And then I wouldn't do anything where people say they put rings up there and like they leave. I would never do that. And then I'm allergic to latex, so. Honestly, guys, I don't even want to get into it, but anytime I say I'm not on birth control, people are like, oh my God, girl, I'm worried for you. And there are some comments in here when I mentioned that on my Instagram story recently that I'm not on it. And you guys are like, but oh my God, oh my God. Yeah, whatever happens, happens. I'm already a fabulous dog mommy. I'm not worried about it. Are you still having cheat days, or have you limited them in your new diet? I have limited them because I do feel like this is such a cheesy vegan thing to say, but I do feel like when you're vegan, every day is sort of a little bit of a cheat day because you can eat more food than if you were to do low carb. So dieting as a vegan, it's something new that I'm trying where I'm just not eating whatever I want. I'm not like hardcore dieting, but I'm also not eating vegan chips all day like what I was doing before. So I do feel like, you know, dieting as a vegan is just way more enjoyable than low carb, which I've done in the past. It's way more enjoyable than keto because you can eat so much food. What are some vitamins that you recommend on a vegan or vegetarian diet? I think I have pepper in my throat. I mean, honestly, I personally don't want to recommend anything because I don't want to get in trouble, but vitamins that I have on a vegan diet, so I have a veggie, it's from Care Of. It's a veggie supplement, so I'm sure it's kind of similar to what's in spirulina, but basically it's all the omegas and stuff that you would get from your regular veggie supplement. B12 or really any of the B vitamins, I would recommend having some iron. I mean, I do think that you could get everything from your food, but why, just to be on the safe side, I personally take vitamins. I know that there's some vegans that are like, you don't need vitamins, you can get everything from food, but I'm like, yeah, but why even like put myself through that? I just want everything to be easy. I try to live a very easy life and not have to remember like, oh wait, did I have 5 servings of spinach today to get my iron? You know what I mean? Like I'd rather be like one and done, had my iron. To stay motivated to have the type of lifestyle that you do, I would say, kind of going back to what we were saying before, you know, having real ingredients, it just makes you feel really good. Like picture yourself right now and you just ate McDonald's. You had, what did I used to get at McDonald's? I used to love McDonald's, I'm not gonna lie. But I used to have like a double cheeseburger, lots of cheese, and then I would have a milkshake, chocolate milkshake, and then a large fries. And that's what I would like to have. And sometimes if I want to double the stomach ache, I'd also throw in a Diet Coke in there. And that's what I would eat, especially in college because I went to Fordham University and there was a McDonald's, and I'm sure there probably still is, but there was a McDonald's right next door. Picture you just ate all of that I just said. How do you feel afterwards? I always go back to the afterwards because I feel like that's the only thing that can truly motivate you in that moment. So of course you can say, oh, there's gluten or GMO or any of these other words that we're all always talking about, but does that really motivate you in the moment when you just see those golden arches and you're just like, oh, like I just want that taste? Like, no, that doesn't, personally for me, that doesn't motivate me. What motivates me is I eat that and then I feel like crap and I don't feel good and my stomach hurts, and then what do you know, a few days later I break out. And then I also feel like the more I'm eating that food, like bad food, cheap food, the more I want to actually continue to eat that kind of food. And then the more healthy food I'm eating, the more it inspires me to make even more healthy meals. Find more meals on Pinterest. That's where I like to find a lot of my meals, which was another question I got asked, where I find my recipes. And really, Pinterest or Instagram. Don't you feel like when you're making smoothies and you're eating healthy, you want to keep doing that, right? And when you're meal prepping, you want to keep doing that. Been aware of what I'm eating and how it makes me feel afterwards. That's really my biggest motivation. How many calories do you eat in a day? I would say anywhere between, keep in mind I am 5 foot, a little over 5 foot. That little over counts, but I eat between 1,400 and 1,500 calories, and then maybe on a cheat day, maybe on the weekends, maybe I eat 1,600, maybe 1,700, I don't know. You and Jared combine your finances. Do you recommend combining finances? Maybe when you're married you should. We're not married, so I don't know if that's what you're supposed to do when you're married. I have no idea. I personally don't, but he has things he pays for and I have things I pay for, and then at the end of the day I think it's like all kind of the same money. I don't know. Did you ever think that you would do YouTube for a living? No, never. I would never think that this is what I would be doing. So it's so awesome that we have this family on YouTube. If you're not yet subscribed, definitely subscribe. Join the family. New videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I thought that was a good time to promote. What is your favorite type of vegan wine? I didn't know wine wasn't vegan, if it's not. But my favorite wine is Sauvignon Blanc. It's a white wine and it's got pear accents and it's so good. It's so delicious. It's a perfect picnic wine, you know, during the day. It has a little bit of fruity notes. And then at night, I like a noir. I like a red. If I'm gonna be eating dinner, it's gotta be red. What inspired you to go vegan? Carrie Underwood actually inspired me to go full-on vegan. I thought I was just gonna go vegetarian. For me, I've been vegetarian on and off for my entire life. Like since I was a kid, I was on and off. When I went to college at some points, I was on and off. You guys know my channel. I tried it for a few months again. So for me, it was never okay to eat animals. I think it became so normal to me. But I remember when I was a kid saying, wait, this steak is from a cow? And my dad being like, yeah. And my dad was a vegetarian, so he was like, kind of like, yeah, think about it, kid. So I was like, oh, I don't want to eat that then. So for me, it was always something that was on my mind. But Carrie Underwood honestly really inspired me to go from vegetarian to vegan, because she basically said she was a practical vegan. And you can read all this. I'll try to find the article and put it down below. But basically, she said she's a practical vegan and that maybe her entire life isn't vegan. So I know I got questions, you know, do I shop vegan? Are my shoes vegan? Are my bags vegan? You know, is my entire life vegan? No, it's not. She really inspired me to go plant-based because basically she said, you know, she's on the road all the time. They put cheese on her food when she said no cheese, but she'll eat it anyway because she doesn't believe in waste, and she's not hard on herself. So once I heard that, because for the longest time I just knew the stereotypical vegan on YouTube, because so many vegans have just really hurt me on my channel before. I've left really rude comments, and not the typical like go vegan comments, but like I'm gonna come to your house and kill you because you keep showing meat kind of comments. I had this whole stereotype of what a vegan is. It's not a good representation of actual vegans. And vegans that I meet out and about in LA, they're so chill. I've actually said something recently. I was like, well, I sometimes have honey. And they were like, oh yeah, me too sometimes. And I'm like, oh, okay, cool. Like I wasn't sure. Like I felt even weird saying it. So I'm not saying that that's okay, and I'm not saying that I'm giving myself outs, but what I'm saying is that going vegan or going vegetarian or even reducing the amount of meat, it can't be a life sentence, guys. Like if you're miserable, you feel like you're missing out, and you feel like your friends are doing things and that you have to be nasty because of it, because you feel miserable because you're not doing those things, I feel like that's not right either. So I feel like you have to find a balance. We're all on different journeys and paths, and that's what you have to understand at the end of the day. And yeah. What are some things being a YouTuber has taught you? That's a really good question. I would say one of the main things YouTube has taught me is patience, because sometimes things do not go your way. Like you go to upload a video and the internet's like, oh no you don't. Also, it's given me tougher skin. Growing up, I think I was really sensitive. At one point or another, if I check a message or a DM or a comment or some sort, I'm seeing something negative, and I think that it's taught me to also kind of not care. Sometimes people are having bad days and they're gonna lash out, and most of the time it has nothing to do with you, but rather them. And I think that's a lesson that you can really take just in life, not just on social media, but just in life. What is your ethnicity? So I am half Turkish and I'm half Italian. How often do you work out? So I wish I worked out 5 days a week. But the truth is I probably work out 2 to 3 times a week. I hated the salad, clearly. No, I'm just kidding. I always finish the salad. Like, I don't finish every salad, but the salad I always finish. If you could change one little thing in the world, what would it be? Don't pick an obvious answer. I like that little added, don't pick an obvious answer. For people to be more compassionate towards mental health and just a better understanding of it, because I feel like it's still something that it's a gray area. We're just not quite there yet, understanding and treating. And you know, my dad suffered from mental health and he died 1.5 years ago, and so I saw it firsthand. So I know a lot about mental health, and I know how it can destroy families. I know how it can destroy somebody. I know how it could lead to just awful things, and not calling it like not a real illness and not calling it something fake just because you can't see it. Because the thing with mental health is it's invisible. It doesn't discriminate. All ages. I don't have all the answers, but that would definitely be something I would want to change. And I'm gonna go get my lashes done at Starbucks. So I am going to change because we're going into the valley and it's starting to get a little hotter outside. So, oh, by the way, look at what I just got. It's gonna be hung behind the bed. It's not gonna stay there, but it's not so pretty. But this is today's outfit. I have these Chinese laundry boots. This is from my last year clothing haul. It's a sweatshirt dress. And then I just did this because my hair is a little dirty. Car says 0 miles. Jared.
Whoops, Liz.
Gas is a boyfriend thing.
Totally is.
Jared always gets the car washes and he gets our cars gas.
I just hope we don't run out. It says 0.
It literally says 0. Oh my god.
Turn the air conditioning off.
Okay.
Conserve.
Yeah, conserve. I have to pee so bad. It's starting to get hot. Let us in, lady. Please let us in.
Thank you.
Things are not good. Things are not good.
Oh. Thanks.
Yes. Well, don't try that, kids. I love how they do lashes there.
Love.
Guys, so don't mind my robe right now. It is stained from self-tanner. I'm actually going to try to bleach this robe because you guys know I love this robe so much, and I want to, it's not that, it's kind of bad. So I'm gonna go on Instagram and ask you guys if there's any more questions you want to know. Hey guys, so I am finishing up my Q&A video, so I'm answering a few more questions right now. So if you guys want to know anything else, any last minute questions, ask me now.
I try to make this short and sweet because it's a really long video, but it's hard to type out. But we are going to my wife's family's house for Thanksgiving, and we're trying to go vegan, but she is like, well, my family's gonna put on this whole dinner and you're not gonna eat turkey, like that's gonna be so disrespectful. And I'm like, you're not understanding then, like you're not. So we're legit bickering about this because I'm really vegan now and she is, yeah, in this state of mind.
Thank you so much, Kelly, for sending a video. Totally get it, because when I'm places, sometimes I feel like I'm going to offend somebody by being like, no thank you, and we don't want to come off like we don't appreciate it or any which way, but I think that you and your wife just have to come to an understanding that if this is the diet and lifestyle you want to stick with, then you definitely want your family to be on board, because at the end of the day, they love you and they're going to support you. And if you're coming from a place of love, like Thanksgiving's all about love and being thankful, I'm sure they will understand, especially if you're upfront and honest and have that open communication that it's not anything to do with them, you appreciate them, but maybe you could make a few vegan meals and have everybody try them and make something really delicious, like make like a yummy pie or some sides. Hi guys, good morning. My face is a little puffy, so don't mind me, but my camera died last night.
Girl, if you love fall so much, why did you move to LA where it's always hot? I would die.
She said, if I love fall so much, why did I move to LA where it's always hot? I feel like there's only 2 seasons in LA, summer and fall, because we do start to get really cool weather in November, December, January. It starts to be like leather jacket, bomber jacket kind of weather, and I love that. And the thing with New York is I just could not do the negative 20 degrees anymore. The shoveling, the snow, the getting in your car and you're like shivering because you can't even turn it on yet because it's so cold and the steering wheel is so cold, and I couldn't live my life like that anymore. And I knew that I wanted to be somewhere where I could be outdoorsy, and I'm literally outside every single day, so that's why I moved here. I hope you guys enjoyed this Q&A. I feel like it was pretty raw. We talked about things that we don't always talk about on my channel. I love you guys so much. If you want to keep seeing videos like this, sorry, there's a hair tickling my nose and it's like tickle tickle. Keep seeing videos like this, and give this video a thumbs up. Comment down below your thoughts or concerns or anything like that. And I love you all. Have a wonderful Wednesday, and I'll talk to you guys soon.